We have a big week ahead as Bitcoin and alts pumped over the weekend, but whales have been quietly loading up on these 5 specific altcoins in preparation for the next leg higher. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, altcoinbuzz.io, and as always, is not financial advice, and wish you the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Also, make sure to join us for our X Spaces Tuesday to Friday at 10 a.m. EST, link down below. All right, good morning, you guys. So overnight, over the weekend, Bitcoin pumped to about $122,500. Now we're having a little bit of a retest here. If we go down to the 4 hour, you can see we're having a little bit of a retest after we broke out of this range. Now we're retesting it. This looks pretty good to me as long as we don't close this body underneath here, because that will be pretty bad. We still have about 11 hours until the daily close today. So that's, we still got plenty of time. But if this closes underneath here, I don't think that looks very good. And we'll probably head back down to the bottom of this range. Because if we close below here, that'll be a sweep of all these highs, and then it'll most likely come back down here, which we do not want. So hopefully this closes back above, and if we go to the 4 hour, hopefully it's just a retest of this range here, the top of this range here, before we go higher, which I think it actually is. I think we are going to go higher. So I'm not too worried about that right now, but that's just something to watch out for as well later today at the daily close. So starting off today, whales are buying a bunch of altcoins after Bitcoin has, broken out here. And so the first altcoin today is Cardano. So LA chart says over 200 million Cardano was bought by whales in the last 48 hours. We also have Coin Bureau sharing Cardano versus the big three. Charles Hoskinson says Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana can't match Cardano's governance. So he says this:
there is no other ecosystem in the cryptocurrency space that has this. You can't do this with Bitcoin. You can't do this with Ethereum. You can't do this with Solana. When people say, why Cardano? It shouldn't be that we give them a table and with check marks on it on our side and X's on their side. It should be something much more fundamental. You have a say. It values you, it respects you, it protects your rights. Why Cardano? Because you matter. That's why. That's what makes Cardano special.
We also have Tap Tools sharing that FC Barcelona has partnered with Cardano to enhance fan engagement through blockchain technology. So a huge partnership for Cardano. And also Cardano is in the perfect position for enormous transaction volume from Bitcoin and XRP DeFi.
As these things come into market, it's going to put us in a perfect position for the enormous transaction volume that Bitcoin DeFi, XRP DeFi, us becoming an AVS system, amongst many other things, will throw upon us. And what's really cool is we really start getting to use some of these second and third order technologies like Mithril and Hydra in the design of the systems. And everything is on rock solid theoretical foundations.
But on top of that, recently the SEC cleared the air on staking. The US SEC has clarified that not all liquid staking activities qualify as securities, removing a major cloud of uncertainty over proof of stake networks. This is huge for Cardano's ADA, as the only top 20 crypto with liquid staking built directly into the protocol. So that is huge for Cardano because its liquid staking is built into the protocol, which would kind of hinder its chances to get an ETF if they didn't, come out and clarify that not all liquid staking activities are securities. So that is very bullish for Cardano. And you can see here, Cardano is the only top 10 proof of stake blockchain that has native non-custodial liquid staking. So you can see here, of all the blockchains, ETH, BNB, Solana, Tron, Cardano is the only liquid non-custodial staking. So Cardano is pretty much doing what we expected here, where we broke down below, we reclaimed this range. Now we head back up towards here. Now I will say we are kind of rejecting from this area here, this little area of resistance, and we are still continuing to make lower highs like this. So ideally, what we want to see is we want this to come back down here and hold. And if it doesn't hold below, this the support around 74 cents, it's not looking good, because if it comes back down here, it'll most likely be an underside retest and head lower. So we don't want that. We just want this to hopefully hold up, which I think it will. I think this week is going to be very bullish for crypto and altcoins. And so I think this is just a slight pullback before New York opened this morning, before ultimately heading higher and back up towards these levels. And once we get it back above this level specifically, this will be super bullish. Once we can close candles above this wick right here, around 85 cents, that'll be very bullish. Once we're looking like this right here, once we're back above here, super bullish. I think we head back towards these highs around $1.13 pretty soon afterwards, because the space between here is, there's a lot of open space above here. So I think once we get above that, we're looking pretty good. And then the second altcoin that whales are accumulating is Pendle. So Arthur Hayes recently bought 1,250 ETH, 424,000 Lido 420,000 EtherFi, and 92,000 Pendle about 8 hours ago. We also have Pendle as the highest positive sentiment in the last 7 days in all of DeFi. So Pendle is a DeFi staking protocol. We also have Pendle saying 300 million plus in TVL on Hyper EVM in less than 2 weeks. Good enough for top 10 on DeFi Llama. So you can see here in terms of yield and staking, we have Pendle in the top 10 chains, actually at number 7 here with 313 million in TVL. You can see here on Pendle, the TVL has been going up steadily over the past few months here. Only back in April, we were at 2.97 billion, and now we're sitting at a total of over 8.5 billion as of today in August. So very bullish things for Pendle. Now I will say here at Pendle, we've come up into this level of resistance here around $5.68. We had this huge pump over the weekend. You can see here Saturday and Sunday. You can see we pumped a massive amount. This was a 50%, 52% move over the weekend. So a little bit of a correction is due. I would expect us to come back down here towards this level of support. Maybe we come back underneath and then we reclaim it. And then you could have a setup like this where you put your stops below whatever that wick is down there and target back to these highs towards $6.83, because I think that is the next likely target for Pendle, especially with how, bullish it's been and these, huge high time frame, higher lows being formed here. I think this looks pretty good for another leg up here, and Pendle is definitely one of the stronger alts right now, especially since whales are accumulating as well. CoinEx is one of the best exchanges you haven't heard of. Like Gate.io or Mexi, they offer a lot of coins, but more importantly, they offer the high quality coins you want. And starting today for a limited time, you can earn a $100 Newcomer Bonus right to your account just for signing up to CoinEx and funding your account. You'll see all your newly earned rewards right here, and all you have to do is open your new account at CoinEx and the bonus is yours. And then after that, you get to see all the great features CoinEx offers that match Tier 1 exchanges, which include spot trading, futures trading, P2P trading, staking, lending, and more. So take advantage of the CoinEx Newcomer Cash Bonus today. Start by setting up your account at CoinEx and you're off to the races. Click the link down below for more details. And then for the third altcoin, we obviously have ETH. And this whale institution has further added 49,533 ETH worth $210 million from Galaxy, Falcon X, and BitGo. Currently, this whale holds over 221 million worth $940 million distributed across 6 different wallets. We also have massive ETH buying spree. Over 158 million worth of ETH just got scooped up OTC via Galaxy Digital in the past 14 hours. Looks like the whales are loading up. Also, BlackRock is accumulating ETH at a record pace. You can see here the huge ETH on-chain holdings. The inflows in just the past couple months have been massive, and it seems like, the narrative has definitely shifted on ETH. Before, when it was such an underperformer, no one wanted to hold ETH, but it was because institutions were, suppressing the price, quietly loading up, and now that it's cool to like ETH again, the price is exploding like crazy. We also have Milk Road saying, okay, Fundstrat says that ETH is going to $30,000. He sees Ethereum today like Bitcoin was in 2017. Why? Because Wall Street is already building on it, from JP Morgan's stablecoin to Robinhood's tokenized assets. So Tommy Lee says this.
Project Crypto, which is actually asking Wall Street to move the entire financial system onto the blockchain. Ethereum is the preferred choice for Wall Street because it's had zero downtime since inception, matching what the banks want, 100% uptime. It's also the most legally compliant and secure blockchain because it's recognized in the US and it's the second largest blockchain. And the third is almost all of it is taking place on Ethereum. JP Morgan's building their stablecoin on Ethereum. Robinhood is tokenizing on Ethereum. The custody banks are doing it on Ethereum. So it's really where Wall Street meets, but that's also where AI is meeting crypto. Because as you know, as we tokenize and move towards robots, you need a token economy to control them, which is taking place on Ethereum.
So ETH is super bullish. It's finally broken out this multi-year, $4,000 level, which we haven't been above since the top back in November 2021. So it's been multiple years, for over 4 years since we've, gotten to this point. And now we are having a little bit of a correction, obviously, in the, the early morning of before New York Open. I would not be surprised if we did a retest of this level around $4,000. We retest the previous, all-time highs here or local tops here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we came down here, maybe even as low as 39, but then came back up, reclaimed this level, and went higher. I do think we are probably going towards $5,000 pretty quickly for a new all-time high. I think, there's pretty much clear skies above here now because this has been a multi-year resistance. And so everyone who wanted to sell around $4,000 has been selling. And I think we finally broke out of this. And now as we get, back above here, I think, more people are going to start buying. There's going to be less sellers as we go towards $5,000. So I wouldn't be surprised if we head towards $5,000 pretty quickly and make a new all-time high on ETH. So very, very bullish things for ETH. And then for our fourth coin today, we have pengu whales are growing exponentially. As price is increasing, more whales are accumulating pengu. We also have pengu is carving a textbook cup and handle breakout, surging past resistance. Pengu's bullish momentum is unstoppable, eyeing new all-time highs around 10 cents. The key drivers are the SEC greenlight on the Canary ETF filing. So Pengu has an ETF with potential NFTs rolled into that ETF, massive Asian market adoption, and whale accumulation spiking. And at the same time, Pudgy Penguins is releasing their mobile game, Pudgy Party, their competitive multiplayer game, launching soon on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. We also have Pudgy Penguins x Suplay Inc. So we're excited to partner with Suplay, one of the top collectible companies in China. More information coming soon. So Pudgy Penguins has just a massive amount of partnerships. They have, Walmart, they're in retail stores. They have every, top crypto company with a profile picture of a Pudgy Penguin. So that's one of the reasons why I'm super bullish on Pudgy Penguins. And I'd like to get it, if I could, a little bit lower. So I'd definitely like to get Pudgy Penguins lower. Now, if we look here on the chart, it's potential that I could get the lower prices that I want here. So we're having a bit of a sell-off this morning. So if we are bullish on Pudgy Penguins, we want to see a hold above this level around here, 3.6-ish. We want to see it bounce from here and then continue higher. But if not, this looks like a high time frame, lower high being formed here, in which case we'd most likely break down and then I'd get my lower prices, which I want. But in the short term, for any holders here, this is not looking the best this morning because of this, sell-off. And so what we don't want to see is we don't want to see it close below these lows here around 32, because if we close below here and we have a daily close below here, we're most likely doing this as an underside retest. It'll be heading lower, to where probably around this level, around 24, this next major level of support around here. We'd probably be heading back down here, and this is actually where I'd like to pick it up long term. But we'll have to see what happens around there. I'm still not fully convinced we're going to come down here. This could just be this scenario playing out right here, where we head back down towards around 36, and then we pump higher and go towards new all-time highs again, leaving me sidelined, unfortunately. So those are the two different scenarios playing out for Pudgy Penguins. This sell-off candle is pretty strong this morning. If we go to the lower time frames here, you can see that there just has been a constant upflow over the past weekend, and so I'm not surprised that a lot of stops are being run here, as there's a bunch of easy stops underneath all these levels of support. So I wouldn't be surprised if we came down to this level here around 36 and then continued higher. So that is Pengu. And for the fifth token today, we have whales have just bought over 1 billion Ethena ENA. What do they know that we don't? So this was about a week ago, and Ethena's surged even more since. So we have stablecoin interns saying, bet on the fastest horse. Ethena's USDE hit $10 billion market cap in just 500 days. We also have Ponyo saying Koreans are loading up on ENA right now. For context, Circle was the most traded foreign stock in Korea, with 443 million net buys from local investors in June alone. So Circle's stablecoin stock. Now Korean retail demand for stablecoin plays is already proven. So we have Koreans bidding up the price for ENA and the USDE stablecoin and the whole Athena ecosystem. We also have Athena TVL just hit an all-time high of 10 billion, up 87% in the past month. Athena is at 75%, up 150% in the past month, and the price is still 49% below its all-time high of $1.46. So we could go much higher. And then lastly, we have Not Telling saying ENA is about to explode. Mark my words, USDE ENA stablecoin just increased 300 million supply in the last week as funding rates have improved. The last time USDE exploded in supply was in October 2024, when it added about $4 billion of supply in under 8 weeks. In October 2024, ENA was at 25 cents, and 8 weeks later, 5DAX to an all-time high of $1.25. And so he wrote this, back in May, and now we're starting to see this, ENA really start to take off. And so if you come over here towards ENA, we wicked up into around 85 cents last night. This is a level of resistance. And so last week we were looking for this to come back up, reclaim this level, but it pretty much just blasted through. And that seems to happen in bull markets where, we retest this level. And when we come back down here, the second time we pretty much just blast through and we don't give any clean retests. You might have been able to find one, on a much lower time frame. Not really. It's very hard. You had to be on like just blast it through. So when we are in bull markets, a lot of times they just blast through these levels of resistance and to the next level, which was around 80-ish cents. And so right now we are rejecting from here. We had a huge candle up and we're rejecting right now. What I'd like to see to get in is a retest towards down here, but I don't think we'll come all the way back down here because it is a pretty strong coin, and strong coins don't give a full retest back at these highs. So I would imagine something like this for ENA, where maybe we come down here towards 75 and we consolidate here for, maybe a day or two, and then we blast through again like this. So pretty much like we did here, where we come down, we'll consolidate, and then we'll rip right through this level of resistance back towards this next one around 89 cents. and then back towards new all-time highs around $1.25. So that's what I'm expecting for ENA. I'm going to be watching any kind of consolidation today and the next day around this level. And then so the trade will look probably more something like this, and wherever the low is, below that is where I'll be setting my stop loss below. So we have to kind of adjust it based on what happens at New York Open today and the rest of the day. So that's ENA, super bullish. I do think we are going to new all-time highs, probably beyond 125 and higher in the near term, because ENA has just been ripping like crazy, and so I don't expect the momentum to stop anytime soon for ENA. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that one where we can get an entry on this. But we are just sitting at resistance right here with a big candle wick back above. So we'll have to watch for any consolidation over the next day. Then lastly for today, we have Coral Protocol outperforms Microsoft-backed Magnetic UI by 34% on the Gaia benchmark. The protocol's approach focuses on horizontal scaling rather than vertical, which adds a new challenge to the current AI model trends. Coral achieved the highest score among all verified small model systems. The current benchmark score set by Coral Protocol supports NVIDIA's perspective that intelligently orchestrated smaller models have the potential to outperform larger scale systems without affecting their efficiency. The Coral Protocol emphasized the layered integration of focus agents worldwide and enhance the performance of various language models by enabling secure and parallel multi-agent coordination. The models have improved reasoning, planning, and problem-solving abilities. Agent developers have focused on increasing model size to manage complex tasks and beat the competition in agentic AI development. Coral's new approach suggests a different route where smaller orchestrated models can meet or even exceed the capabilities of large-scale systems. The Gaia benchmark evaluates advanced AI models and assesses their ability to perform real-world tasks that may require human intervention, research, and analytical skills. It says Coral Protocol's multi-AI agent system, and that is the video for today, guys. As we are wicking below here around $120,000, as long as we don't close just like we are right now on the day, I think we are bullish and we will head to new all-time highs. If it doesn't look like this by the end of the day, we are good. But if it does look like this, there's a little bit to worry about, and we might be heading back down towards these lows around either 117 or back down here to the bottom of the range around 115. So that's what I don't want to see, but I do think we are probably just going to do something like this, where we'll retest here and then we'll eventually head higher this week. I am very bullish on Bitcoin and the altcoins as well, the altcoins that we just mentioned. So that is the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.